the week ahead. The theme for this week's message is what doesn't happen is more important very often than what does happen. Now, what I'm talking about is we'll start with the daily bar. You see what the market's been doing. It goes up, it drops, they buy the break. It goes up again, drops, they buy the break. 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 As we come into Monday, we have another situation where the market has gone up. It's very mechanical. Look how close it fits a trend line. So now what has been happening is the market breaks and they buy that break. If there is anything different, well, first of all, if the market doesn't break, then you don't have to worry about that. But if the market does break, then you look to see if they buy the break. If they don't buy the break, then that's an indication that change is taking place in the market. So remember, what doesn't happen is very often more important than what does happen. And what has been happening for an awful long period of time is the market is buying every break. Okay, let's take a look at the profiles. Okay, so you see that we have a high that was made during the regular trading hours, but there's no excess on that high, meaning there was no aggressive selling. So more than likely what that means is we got liquidation on Friday afternoon, but we didn't get a combination of liquidation and new money selling. That is a very important distinction in here. So now as we come into next week, what we're going to look to see is, do we get any downside follow through? If we get downside follow through, then what we were just talking about, do they buy the break? It doesn't mean they buy the break on day one. The market could set back for 2 or 3, 4 days and go down to, if you look at the bar chart that we looked at earlier, go down to where you have an excess low and they come in and buy it. But the first thing that you're looking for as we come into next week, do we get follow through relative to the liquidation on Friday afternoon? And remember what's important, that liquidation on Friday afternoon was not joined by new money selling. The question is, if over the weekend, is there some second thoughts? Is there something else that goes on with the government shutdown that brings in selling? But that's what you're looking at. The first thing you're looking at on Monday is, do we start to build lower value? Can we start to trade down below Friday's low? If that happens, then you make sure you look at your bar chart to say, do we go to the point where we get an excess low? We get an excess low, what's been going on for months, they've been buying that low. If we get an excess low, but it's not lasting, now you've got an indication that something has changed in the market and there is more potential for the market to enter into a more substantial correction. Have a great week. Wish you well. Bye now.